Welcome back to Australia, more specifically New South Wales, and even more precise than that, Brindabella. So we're here for 3 days walking, camping, four-wheel driving up on the bridge, or he was there anyway, Stevo, and my father Kevin, he's letting some pressure out the tyres on the four-wheel drive at this moment. So we're heading into the snowy mountains. We're going to be climbing Kosciuszko and basically having an amazing time out in the wilderness here, and yeah, it's going to be a really good few days. Last week we were in Sydney at the Ashes and it was around about 44 degrees. It's a lot cooler up here in the mountains and the weather's pretty reasonable. So let's see what happens over the next few days. The road ahead is blocked, so it's time to clear a path through. Done. So we've reached the rather damp flats and just picking a way through, checking it out before we commit. I think we've found the dry way. Not completely dry. There was some quite heavy rainfall last night. When we were driving back, we left Sydney at around about 8 p.m. and as we're driving back towards Canberra, there was a huge lightning storm and some really heavy rain, so it's probably come through here already, and yeah, it's quite sticky in places. So, as is always the way, if there's no video evidence it didn't happen, we kind of bottomed out on this one. But Stevo and I got in and pushed back out. So I think we're going to take a wider route around this one. It's all in the name of fun.
Everything's alright. It's alright.
I think we're going to try and go around it. See how we go. This could be an epic tale of survival coming right up here. Oh, fly in the lens. I was just saying on video there, Steve, it could have turned into an epic tale of survival. With only beer, cheese and wine to survive on.
How far did that slide? It felt like a lot, but probably wasn't much.
No, it didn't.
That's good. He's smiling now. This is getting narrow, I haven't been down this track for a while, so I'm having fun.
Skip that one.
Close your eyes. Rebels.
So we've got another quite muddy river to navigate now. We've just done the taste test and it's not looking too bad actually. It's quite sandy around this point. Obviously Steve and I are wet anyway, so... Right, let's see what happens. Piece of cake.
For this season's highest clearance deals and no deposit, no interest with Pinky Lily. Eligible. Status then.
That one. Doesn't seem that bad.
I didn't quite get that, Steve. You almost go in.
Plunge. It's so bad.
We've got another tree down. Let's go and take a look.
I know why not to get the cheap one.
Amazing, amazing.
Turn right.
See you there. Right in the background there, you might just be able to see them in the distance, is a herd of Brumbies. The Brumbies were released by the army in just after World War I, and they've become wild and they've thrived. We keep seeing huge mounds of number 2s on the paths, so hopefully we'll see more of them later. Good, Steve? Welcome to the Blue Waterholes campground. So we snared a good spot because it's quite busy. It's busy further down. There's another group of people over there, so we've got a good spot. We pitched the tent quickly and we're going to go walk down to the Blue Waterholes themselves. I think I need to jump in because it's time to clean off a wee bit after the mud bath earlier on. But it's been a great day of four-wheel driving to get here, and yeah, looking forward to a nice relaxing evening, perhaps after a swim.
Somebody's been feeding them, I can tell. They're kind of hoping secretly that... No.
See?
Just. Thanks. This is quite impressive. Do you know what? It reminds me of, for those that don't watch my videos, I usually make videos in the Peak District in England, and it reminds me of Dovedale. Dovedale with more kangaroos and less tea rooms.
So this one goes for about 120 metres. Are you on that trip as well?
Okay, so we're going in the Cooleman cave. We're going to come in through this entrance here, turn right, and we're thinking that this section here is the bit where you have to crawl. It goes quite thin there. and then we're going to head out that way. This is the crawly bit, people.
How's the bum?
Okay, so we're halfway through. Yeah, that was really good. It does feel like potholing. It looks like there's one small bit now, and then we're out into the chamber where you can probably stand. But it's hands and knees crawling on the belly business.
Worked up an appetite crawling through that cave.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. You need to get the shot, you've got to get the shot. And after the caving experience and the knee-deep four-wheel driving mud hole experience, I needed to get in anyway, so I might wander down along the river. Try not to drop the cannon.
Yeah, they use our software to run that shoot. The sights get involved. It's done.
Time for a wash, I think. So, we've had a quick wash. I'm going to be honest, it is still too cold for a swim. I chickened out at the point of no return and had a quick wash, tried to get as much of the red mud off from earlier on, but it doesn't come off, so it looks like I've got fake tan on parts of my legs. Right, it's dinner time now, so we're going to head back upstream and back up the hill. Not only have I got ginger hair, I've now got ginger legs.
What's missing in this whole equation?
Beer?
Beer.
So we're back at camp now, taking in the serenity. And it's food time, and obviously beer time as well. But it's a really beautiful place. I was saying earlier on it reminded me of the Peak District in some ways, but further down the valley it reminded me of the White Peak even more, because the river was appearing out of the floor like it does in the Manifold Valley, where the river manifold disappears and then reappears near Ilham Hall. But it's a beautiful place, and it's a shame that the cloud cover is around, because there's going to be no light pollution here at all. Cheers. Obviously we'd love a fire, but there is a fire ban in place. Maybe next time. My daughter Amy will be so jealous of this. Nope. I'm not sure, are you, mate? Oh dear. If you watched my videos in the past, I was talking about this camera, and my father's bought one. And I've just been playing with it, and it's very good indeed. Oh dear. The credit card's going to take a hammering, I can see it coming. So it's time to hit the hay. We've been sat watching a thunderstorm for about an hour and a half. An amazing light show, but it's just started to rain. We were under the awning on the side of the four-wheel drive for a while, but it's getting late, so time to call it a night, I think. Right, we'll see you in the morning for a bit more fun. Morning.
Morning.
Good morning. And it is a very, very good morning. It's beautiful out here. Totally silent, but lots of birds. It's amazing. I had a really good night's sleep. It rained quite a lot throughout the night, but it's nice and dry this morning. A little bit damp underfoot, but that's not a problem. So the plan for today is first break camp, obviously, and then depending on how the weather turns out today, the middle of the day may evolve into something different. But tonight we're staying at a hut, which I can't remember the name of right now. I'll flash it on screen now. And we're meeting Dave. Dave has been walking the Australian Alpine walking track, and viewers of my channel, people who have watched my videos before, if you saw my videos from Tasmania, the overland track, Dave was walking with us there. And yeah, it's a very long track, like 600 and something miles I think. But yeah, it'd be good to see Dave again. UK viewers may recognise these, the blackberry bushes. They're an introduced species to Australia, so they're a bit of a pest. They try and cut them back, but the birds carry the seeds elsewhere and they're kind of taking over in places. Just goes to show what can happen in a protected ecosystem if things are introduced that aren't native. Wombat holes. Speaking of introduced species, there are now thistles everywhere as well. We're all packed away, no trace left as always. Time to get moving. So welcome to the Cooleman homestead. Built in around 1892. This settlement grew over the years, and I think, by the looks of it, it was like a cattle station. But it's really well preserved, and just in the other house there, in the Campbell house, there's some really old newspapers on the wall from like the 1930s and even earlier than that. But although it's only an emergency shelter, some really nice places that you could just sleep for the night in here. Welcome to the top of Australia.